Hey guys, how are you? Let's discuss how to promote events.
This video is brought to you by Appy Pie Academy.
So, you must leverage very large websites that are focusing on events. No brainer, right? The biggest such site is meetup.com. Meetup isn't completely free, it's very cheap. It's like $12.50 a month or something like that. But it has a ton of people who might want to attend your event. So either partner with existing group organizers or start maintaining your own group and build your own audience, right? Other than Meetup, there are many in metropolitan areas. There are many local event sites. Depending on what your metropolitan area may be, there are obviously different sites that are active in your area. Here's how to basically find the ones that are active in your area. What you want to do is basically just search Google for event, type in my city name, right? Whatever your city name is, and browse the first like 30 results or so. Probably half of those sites that have event listings are user-generated sites, and that means that you can add your own listing to those sites. If those sites get a lot of traffic, which they probably do since they come up in Google, they can drive that traffic to your event. The trick is, of course, to be prominent on their sites, to have your listing be prominent. The way you can do that is by obviously having a great listing so that their editors can notice you and put your listing as more prominent, or you can actually pay to, for the extra advertising to have your listing boosted. Usually, especially if your event makes revenue, it's a good idea. Usually, these aren't very expensive sites to advertise on. Of course, it's a case-by-case basis, but in my experience, it's been for the value, for the number of attendance you get. Usually, it's very reasonably priced. And then, of course, it's up to you to monetize those attendees well. But monetization is a different topic. Here, we're just talking about event marketing. So, all right. So, just make sure that you leverage large event sites, because these, for many kinds of events, these are golden. They can really drive a ton of attendance. Okay. You also want to get publicity. And you can get publicity by being on the local radio, bloggers, having great events that can stand out so much that they can actually generate publicity for you. I have a separate video for just how to get publicity for events, so I'm going to point you to that and kind of just go forward, but it will be easy for you to find there's a whole video for how to get publicity, so just watch that. Okay, next thing. Of course, what you really want to do is build your email list. And really building an email list is kind of like any business you have, you should build an email list probably, because anytime you have any updates, a new event, a new product, a new anything, send it to your email list. People rarely change their email addresses, right? So you'll be able to connect with them for years to come, almost no matter what you're doing. And if you maintain your email list well, and if you keep them updated and send them good things, interesting things, your emails will have a high open rate, and people will get engaged with your emails. And many people who do that and invest in their email list and spend time on it, the results are really positive in that people really engage well on email lists. If they take the time to update them regularly and all that stuff. But email lists are very powerful potentially, especially if you have one event and people liked it, right? You have to have great events. People liked it, they might want to know about your next events. So you've got to maintain your email list. And of course, I've already alluded to this, but you have to have fantastic events, because that's your marketing, right? Because if you have fantastic events, guess what? People who attend are going to tell their friends about it. Editors of websites are going to promote your events a little bit more. right? You may find it easier to get publicity because your events are that great, right? If you have like a mediocre event, if it's like, then right? But if you have a really great, unique, kind of cool event, then many options open up. I'll give you an example of what I did. So some years ago, I had a successful outdoor event series, and it was like hiking, right? And hiking is fun, but it's not a whole lot of, like, it's okay. It's just okay, right? So when I had like different hikes, they were okay, but they weren't getting a lot of attendance, right? And then I thought, like, how can I make this stand out? How can I make it more unique? And it so happened that there were like these historical like landmarks of like shipwrecks that crashed on the seas of, that crashed on the rocks in the nearby beach, right? And then I had a hike then I had a hike to go to those shipwrecks and during low tide, and it was like mysterious because people in the area were like, "What? There are shipwrecks?" It's like, what the heck, And that little bit of excitement, mysteriousness, that little edge made all the difference, because the site editors where I posted my events, they were like, "Wow, shipwrecks? I've never seen shipwrecks here. I didn't know this," right? And people too, they were like, "Wow, shipwrecks? Amazing." And I got a ton of publicity. Like the local newspaper published this article on the Sunday paper. They published the event, and they got like way more attendees than I can actually take with me on the hike. It was crazy, and it made